Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to Lost Odyssey. Well, I leveled up, and we're overpowered. Ta-da! Ah, man. So good. So good. Yeah. That's about it. It's not so bad, I suppose. Got a lot of money too. Basically, if you can tell, I'm in front of Gongora's mansion. What I did was went inside it, round the left, there's a seal that Tolton can break, and then you can go into his secret cave, where things will constantly be spawning for quite good experience. I mean, it took me fucking ages to get to this point, because it gets to a point where everybody just gets 1 XP from everything. But it's worth it, because now I have everybody, got skill linked with everybody, and everybody is a high level. High enough level to probably finish the game, I'd say. So, it's all good. Anyway, this session is most probably going to be a terrible, terrible one on my throat. Mostly because it's going to be a lot of reading. Yep, there's a lot of dreams that we need to do. Here's one of them. Competitive boy Tunken. I heard that Goatsa built all those magic weapons so they can burn Ura to the ground. I'll do anything that's necessary to beat Goatsa. It's like what they say, kill or be killed. Okay. Yeah, I think there's 4 that I need to do. Not need. There's 4 that I'll be doing in this session. This is one of them, and then there's 3 more. They're all at the Goatson refugee camp. Anyway, this one's called Beyond the Wall. The wall is being demolished. Sledgehammers resound on both sides. The wall marked the national border for decades. Until yesterday, border might not be the right word, however. Originally, both sides were part of a single nation. The country became divided, owing to differences in ideology, and the 2 sides remained so mutually antagonistic that a high, thick wall had to be built. Those days are gone now. A year ago, the leaders of the 2 sides shook hands in a historic reconciliation. Today, after much preparation and coordination, the wall that symbolized the 2 sides' antagonism is being demolished. The sound of hammering signals the end of opposition and extols the beginning of peace. Come on, give me a break, says Yugano, spitting on the ground and glaring at the backs of the people swarming at the wall. Look at them smiling like idiots. I can't believe it. He glances at Kaim by his side as if to say, right. His still boyish face wears a scowl of disgust. Tell me, Kaim, you've been to a lot of different countries and seen all kinds of people. Can people just take years of hatred like that and throw it out the window? Kaim gives a sour smile instead of replying. Yugano is a young man, the first person that Kaim became friends with shortly after he arrived in this border town. He is pleasant enough to accept his stubborn hatred of people from the other side. One lousy handshake and I'm out of a job. I mean, really, give me a break. Yugano used to be a border guard, in other words, one of the men assigned to keep watch on the wall. He had volunteered, eager to kill anyone who dared to come over the wall from the other side. If his superiors had permitted it, he would have gladly crossed over and attacked the other side, rather than waiting to fend off an invasion. As a mandatory part of the reconciliation, however, the border guards were disbanded. Unlike his brothers in arms, who quickly started new lives for themselves, Yugano was left behind by the changing times. Oh dear. Tell me, Kaim, can people be allowed to just... Is that slout? No. Slow off their resentment so easily? Do they just not give a damn? Kaim does not respond to this. He knows that Yugano is a victim of the age of confrontation. Still, just a young man. A boy, even. Yugano has been thoroughly conditioned since childhood to view the other side as the enemy. Watch out. The other side could attack at any time. Watch out. The other side are all cruel, cold-hearted villains. Watch out. If the other side ever invaded us and occupied our towns, they'd burn down our houses, steal our property, kill our men, and assault our women. Watch out. The day is not far off when they will be invading us. It could be 3 days from now, or it could be tomorrow. They might be climbing the wall today, this very moment. Watch out. They've already sent their spies among us, and you can tell for sure who they are. They're the ones who extol and sympathize with the other side by word and by deed. Watch out. They are probing for the slightest gaps in our psychological armor. Remain alert. Be ready to draw your sword at any moment. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. There was much to be found out about the other side in the history books distributed in the schools on this side. The pictures of the people from the other side portrayed them all as ferocious demons. What the fuck? Ah, it's open. I'm not the only one, you know. All of us were taught the same thing. So how come everybody but me is so happy about the wall coming down? Yugano asks, looking utterly bewildered by these new developments. Again and again he repeats his disbelief. Finally, Kaim cannot help but respond to him. You were too pure, he says. What? It's not your fault, Yugano. It's the ones who filled your pure, honest heart with hatred. Wait a second now, Kaim. The animals who live on the other side of the wall are the ones who did that to me. The horrible things they do. Kaim cuts him short. Have they ever done anything horrible to you? Well, sure, no, not really to me, but just what is it you hate the other side for? Well, you see... Yugano is momentarily at a loss for words, until all he can do is raise his voice and blurt out. It's true though, the whole bunch of them are just horrible people. He folds his arms in a decided pout. How are they horrible? What did you ever see any of them do? When? Where? Yugano stammers and sputters. Have you ever even met somebody from over there? Kaim demands to know. Yugano hangs his head and shakes it from side to side. With a grim smile, Kaim says, well, I have. And they're not devils or demons or anything of the sort. How could they be? You all used to be part of the same country. But that stuff is beside the point anyway. Countries and races and tribes. You're all human beings. You're all the same. Yugano stays silent, hanging his head. Yay! Cheers erupt at the wall. The wall that separated the two worlds for decades has now just been broken through. Representatives from this side and the other side walk through the opening, greet each other with smiles and firm handshakes and embrace. The cheers grow louder, and people, mostly members of the younger generation, gather in circles here and there expressing their joy. Yugano glares down at his own shadow and asks Kaim, so what should I do now? All I've ever done is hate. All I've ever known how to do is hate them. Kaim gives Yugano a pat on the shoulder and says, it's not too late to change. You can start now. Can I? You can, I'm sure of it. Kaim is sure because he knows what it was like when both sides were a single country. It was a kindly nation, by no means rich. It was yet a happy country of compassionate people. I'm telling you, Yugano, people can change, if you say so. Look over there, Yugano, look at those people enjoying themselves. Hesitantly, Yugano raises his head. Around the wall a celebration is beginning. Young people are dancing, singing, toasting each other, engaging in conversation, and all of them used to be companions of Yugano's who received the same education he did. No doubt the young people on the other side were similarly educated to hate. What do you see over there? Demons? Devils? Yugano shakes his head and lets the tightness go out of his shoulders. I'm beginning to wonder, Kaim. Why until now I've been so... Kaim pats him on the shoulder again to signal that he understands. People can change, he says. They can change from hating to loving, and from loving to hating. Yes, Kaim knows about that as well. He saw how such a wonderfully unified country was divided in two at the end of a violent civil war. Don't change anymore, Kaim says. Not just to Yugano, but to all the smiling young people. A young girl hesitantly approaches Yugano. She is from the other side. She holds a plate full of cookies. Have some if you'd like, she says. I baked them this morning. The cookies are heart-shaped. Urged on by the smiling Kaim, Yugano reaches out for a cookie, his face bright red. Thanks, he says shyly and takes a bite out of his cookie. Good, she asks. Yugano turns a deeper shade of red and says, delicious. White birds cut across the blue sky. From the other side to this side. From this side to the other. The white birds sail through the sky almost joyfully, as if to tell the people below. In the beginning, there were no borders. End. That was awesome! I love that one, that was like a happy-go-lucky one. It didn't start off as it, but yeah. God, the writing for those is so good. It's so good. Only downside is because I'm in Ura, we need to make our way out of this bloody city and it takes forever. So we've got to take the train, then we've got to take the other stuff, then the other stuff, and all the other stuff. It's such a pain in my ass. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that sounded like Tolton. I was like, hang on. There, something doesn't seem right here. Can I just leave? The thing is departing. Woo! Yep, Great Gate is where I need to go. Can I skip this? Oh, I think I've tried that before. The answer to that is no. You can't. You can never escape. No. Sorry, just drinking our coffee. Right, so now we need to go... Oh god, we don't need to. Now I want to go to the Goatson refugee camp. Because there's 3 memories there. Oh. That was weird looking. Oh god. Yay! Right. I think I can just fast travel to Goatsa. Like to the Goatson refugee camp. So I don't actually need to worry about getting over there using the Nautilus or whatever. Goatsa. There it is. Refugee camp. I don't think it really matters. Yay! Oh dear. Whew. Right, here we go. I think all we have to do is... Now, where is it? There we go. The baby? Dream has been revealed. Ouch. Ow. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. The village closest to heaven. Bloody hell. Shut up, baby. Jeez. I don't know why, when I saw those clouds I thought it was a pig. In this village, ringed by jagged mountains, the women give birth to many children. 5 or 6 is not uncommon. Just the other day, the wife of the village headman gave birth to her 10th child. Fucking hell. And why do you think that is? The young fellow asks the traveller, looking down at the snow-blanketed village. Kaim cocks his head in search for an answer. Or of an answer. Meanwhile, the young man takes something, like a piece of crystal candy from a small leather pouch. He pops it in his mouth and says with a laugh, "Because they die right away." The children? Uh-huh. Hardly anybody grows up to be an adult. Most kids die after 5 or 6 short summers. Look at the village headsman's wife. She's lost 7 kids already. Whether from a genetic problem or a disease endemic to the area, the people of this village have always lived short lives, he says, from way, way back. Now that you mention it, says Kaim, I haven't seen any old people here. See what I mean? A few decades ago, I'm told, one person lived to be 50, but people say that's the oldest anyone ever got in the whole history of the village. This is why we give birth to lots of kids. Give birth to a lot and lose a lot. If just one of them lives into adulthood though, the family line is saved and the village history continues. You see my point? The young man is 16. as his wife. Their first child is due to be born any day now, literally today or tomorrow. Young man crunches down on the candy in his mouth. Let's get going, he says, and around his wrist he winds the ropes he used to pull